Right, here we're getting back into solving equations. So we do have variables here. We're just going to use tape diagrams, kind of look at them and tell the story from those tape diagrams, and then be able to produce our own. So we're using Open Up Resource here for grade 7, Unit 6, Lesson 2. So this first part, it says remembering tape diagrams. So C is equal to A plus B and A plus, well, essentially 4 of those A plus B. So C is equal to 4 of A plus B. Okay. The next one, it would be Z is equal to 4x plus y. That's just reading that tape diagram. That top number shows that the total length would be C, and that C length is made up of 4 of those A plus B's. Next one, the total length is Z, and that is made up of 4 X's and 1 Y. Okay, what do you notice? What do you wonder? So you could say, well, I'm not sure what A plus B is. I'm not sure what X or Y is. It looks like 2 X's are pretty close to 1 Y is what I noticed on the second one. And those are a couple things to wonder and that I noticed. Next one says, what are some possible values of A, B, and C in the first diagram? So let's just assume A is 2 and B is 3. So then C would have to equal 5. A equals 2. Oh, sorry. C wouldn't equal 5. C would equal 20. Okay, so, and how I figured this out is 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 times 4. So this would be 4 times 2 plus 3, which equals 20. Right, because you're going to multiply the outcome of the addition of the two numbers in parentheses. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, and there are multiple possibilities here. This is just one I came up with quick. So you might come up with different values there. Okay, then for X, Y, and Z. So Z is equal to 4x plus y. And so let's just say if X equals 2 and Y equals 4, then Z will equal. So once again, we're just plugging the values that I gave for those values into the equation. So 4 times 2 is going to be 8 plus 4 is equal to 12, so Z would equal 12. Okay, so this is just looking at tape diagrams and kind of here we're just looking at what possible values could be. Okay, 2.2, every picture tells a story. So here are 3 stories and diagrams that represent it. So we're going to look at it and decide what the variable might represent. So let's see, this first one says Maya made 50 flyers for the 5 volunteers in her club to hang up around school. She gave 5 flyers to the first volunteer, 18 flyers to the second volunteer, and divided the remaining flyers equally among the 3 remaining volunteers. Okay, so X is the amount that she gave for the remaining. Okay, so we know that there were 50 altogether, and that is equal to the 5 plus the 18 plus the 3x. So if you take away the 5 and the 8 from the 50 she had, that's how much she had left to distribute between the other 3 volunteers. So 5 plus 18 is going to give us 23. 23 minus 50 minus 23 is going to leave us with 27. Okay, and that is going to be divided 3 ways. So when you divide the 27 by 3, that you're left with 9. Oops. Okay, so x is equal to 9. Okay, next one. To thank her 5 volunteers, Maya gave each of them the same number of stickers. Then she gave each 2 more stickers, although she gave them altogether she gave them a total of 30 stickers. So that's what this is representing. So 30 is equal to, and this would be 5, because there were 5 volunteers, and each one got y plus 2 stickers. Okay. So if we distribute this and we want to find what y equals, we know the total is 30, so first we're going to divide this by 5. 30 divided by 5 leaves us with 6. Okay, so 5 times 6 equals 30, so y plus 2 has to equal 6. So now that we're here, what number plus 2 equals 6? Well, that y would have to equal 4, because 4 plus 2 equals 6. Okay, next one, Maya distributes another group of flyers equally, even though the among the 5 volunteers. Then she remembers that she needs some flyers to give to the teachers. So she takes 2 flyers from each volunteer. And then the volunteers had a total of 40 flyers to hang up. Okay. So there were 40 flyers to hang up. And so 5 volunteers, they all got the same amount, and they got W minus 2. Okay, so once again, looking at this, if you divide 40 by 5, that's going to be 8. So 8 is equal to W minus 2. So what would the W have to be? Well, that W would have to be 10. Because the 10 minus 2 would equal 8. Okay, so once again, we're just using those tape diagrams to answer the questions. Okay, now here, there is this link, so you can do this online. On the computer, you'll be able to pull and generate your tape diagrams, but that's what we're going to do here. So we're given a story. Now we need to create a tape diagram that represents these situations. So it says Noah and his sister are making gift bags for a birthday party. Noah puts 3 pencil erasers in each bag. His sister puts X stickers in each bag. After filling 4 bags, they have used a total of 44 items. So the number of items total would be 44. Okay. And so now we have a piece of tape, and they make it into 4 bags. So that in half, and then half each of those. Now let's just assume those are all equal size. They're close, but they might not be exact. So we know that there were 3 pencils and X stickers in each bag. All right, so there we've drawn our tape diagram. And then if you wanted to, we could go through and solve this and find X. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Right now I just just want to make sure we can write the tape diagram. Okay, next one, it says Noah's family also wants to blow up a total of 60 balloons for the party. Yesterday they blew up 24 balloons. Today they went to split the remaining balloons equally between 4 family members. Okay, so once again you're going to have the total amount, which is 60. Okay. Now we could say that the middle of this would be 30 because half of 60 is 30. So 24 would be, I'm just going to say roughly is right there. This is 24. They have 24 completed. Now each family member breaks up the remaining into 4 groups. So this person gets X, this person gets X, and this person, and this person. They all get the same amount, but we don't know what exactly that amount would be, so we just leave it at X. Once again, we can now solve for these, but right now I want to focus on writing the tape diagram. Okay, third one, Noah's family brought some fruit to put into the gift bag. They bought 1 box each of 4 flavors: apple, strawberry, blueberry, and peach. The boxes all had the same number of bars. Noah wanted to taste the flavors and ate 1 bar from each box. There were 28 bars left for the gift bags. Okay, so you have 28. That is the total. We've got our tape diagram. Okay, and once again, we're breaking this into 4 boxes. So the 4 boxes are going to be even. And so there's X, and he eats 1 of each one. There we've drawn the tape diagram representing that story. I'm not going to bother with Are You Ready for More? I'm going to move over here to the cool down. Okay, it says red, yellow, and yellow apples. So here's a story. Lynn bought 4 bags of apples. Each bag had the same number of apples. After eating 1 apple from each bag, she had 28 apples left. Okay. So the first one, which diagram best represents the story? Explain why the diagram represents it. Okay, so all of them say that the total length is 28. All right, so 28 is equal to, and 28 is the apples left, so it's not the amount that she started with. So the only one that has subtraction is going to be C. So C is your tape diagram, because each bag has X amount of apples, and each one, she eats 1 apple, or Lynn eats 1 apple. And so when you eat something, then that'd be taking away from what was in the bag. So the only one that shows takeaway would be subtraction, and that's why it would be C. Okay, what part of the story does the X represent? This would be the number of apples left in each bag. Okay, and then describe how you would find the unknown amount in the story. Well, I know altogether that 4 apples were eaten, but this is subtraction, so I'd actually add those 4 that we've taken away back to 28. That would give us 28 plus 4 is equal to 4x. So that would be 32 equals 4x. Well, and I know that 4 times 8, or 32 divided by 4, equals 8. So now I know that x equals 8. And if you plug it in, that works, because 8 minus 1 is 7, and you have 7 4 times. 7 times 4 is 28. All right. And that's just going over those tape diagrams. And there'll be problems attached to the notes for you to work on through the rest of class.